Good morning. This is Rhonda Ohlson from Womanshine. Let your true colours shine through and express the real you. Today, I want to show you about how to activate and switch on the violet colour in your voice, purple colour in your voice, hence my purple shirt. I've skipped a few colours today because there's something that happened here where I'm staying last night. I'm living with my daughter at the moment because of the COVID lockdown. And last night, there was lots of workmen on the road digging up the road because they're putting in a new island or something in the road. So all night from 6:30 till 4 o'clock this morning, they had the digger out and the grinder and whatever else they were doing, making lots of loud noises. So you can imagine what the household was like. My daughter was going berserk. My granddaughter hates noise, and so she was trying to block her ears. And so I thought this morning I would share something about this with you. We are vibratory beings. We're really affected by sound. When the sound is made, like sound hits the ears, the little spiral cochlears in the ear, and that vibrates with every bone in our body. So sound really has an impact on us. And, as we know, sound can have a great, wonderful impact on us when we hear beautiful music or lovely voice. But sound can also be very disruptive and dissonant. And so how do we deal with this when this happens? And the Feldenkrais Method is a wonderful resource for how do we come home to ourselves, inside ourselves, when all this is happening outside of us. How do we hear that voice within rather than the voices that are all going on outside? So the first thing is to just become aware of yourself. Have compassion for yourself, even just like give that little child, that part of you, a hug that's really upset by all this noise, and just have kindness and comfort for that part. And then begin to notice what is actually happening in your body when you hear these sounds. Like for me, I stop breathing. I just go like that and just stop my breath. And I can feel my tummy tightening and my neck tightening. And sometimes I even tighten my hands like this. So it's kind of like I'm trying to fight off what's happening. And sometimes I tighten my jaw and sort of go like this and tighten my jaw up really, really tightly. And in general, I feel like my whole nervous system feels like all the wires have been pulled out and I'm not connected to the earth anymore. So I feel that I've got a bit ungrounded with that. And so I just notice these things without really trying to change them. And it's a funny thing when you start to notice that you're not breathing, suddenly a breath will come. When I start to notice that I'm not connected to the earth, I can feel how my feet can sink down to the earth. I can feel my buttocks on the chair. And I start to calm down a little bit. I start to feel that sense of safety and connection in my body. And then I notice that part of me that wants to go out and tell those workers to F off. But I realize that, that's I can't do that. And so the only thing that I can do is, like, we want to control things that are happening and want to either just pack up my bags and get out of here or stop it. So, and there's actually nothing I can do about it, really, the external sounds out there. So all I can do is just surrender and say, well, this is happening. This is what the reality is. But the thing that I have a choice about is how I respond to that situation. And so in a sense, I like just being able to, there's a man called Matt Kahn, who's a wonderful spiritual teacher. And he has this lovely affirmation, which I often say to myself: I accept that I don't know how to let go of this anger, this fear, this frustration. I don't know how to stop that noise. I don't know how to stop being afraid. I don't know how to stop being angry. So I call on the universe to work through me and to do it on my behalf for the well-being of all that I am now. And so I'm opening to receive something. Instead of holding myself really tightly and closing in, I'm opening to receive something from the universe. And that helps me breathe and settle more into myself. And then what I do is there's a way we can use our voice to help calm our nervous system too. And a wonderful way to do this is just to hum. So, and humming with just a gentle sound of where the tongue is on the back of the front teeth. So I'm sending calming, soothing vibrations to that part of me that is upset. And imagining all these cells in my body that have been disrupted and really aggravated by these horrible sounds are just calming down. And being bathed in my lovely humming sound from my heart. I'm sending love and healing and humming to every part of my body. And I feel how I can settle and take a breath. And then what happens, I noticed in myself this morning, I thought, oh God, what's going to happen tonight? It's going to be starting again, and this is going to go on for another 3 weeks. And I'm making this story up of, God, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to be really upset in the house. They're all going to be grumpy. And so can I come back to myself? What's happening right now? There's no noise right now. I can feel my feet on the ground. I can hear my breath. I can open up to this beautiful sunshine that's there today and just let myself, like a flower, just receive that and come back and know that I can restore this balance and harmony to myself. So I'm just wondering if you are impacted by noise in your life. I think some people are more than others. It depends on our history. For me, sound is something that really affects me, and it affects me in a positive way because I can sing and I've got good ear. But it also, when things they're aggravating, it really impacts on me. And it can also depend on things that if as a child there was lots of noise around that you couldn't do anything about, all those old patterns get triggered. So how do we come back to ourselves? How do we feel our feet? How do we breathe? How do we surrender to a higher power within us to come and that part of you that knows how to calm and soothe yourself, to come back to yourself. So I hope these tips can help you find your center, listen to that voice within, come into that balance with yourself. So I just like to finish with an sound, which is a sound of the universe, which brings us back into our spiral pattern to remember who we are. So just imagine these spirals going down through your body from the heavens down into the earth, and letting your arms come out to the side, and just so has actually 3 syllables, and the syllable is made with the tongue behind the roof of the mouth. So it's So this is Rhonda Ohlson from Womanshine saying bye for now and see you tomorrow.